Welcome to the Peak Collective podcast with myself, Shane.
Myself, Luca.
And I've forgotten it.
Hey.
Oh, wait, no.
If you get too lean or you're too overtrained or you're not eating enough, your body, the last thing it's going to do is increase your libido and testosterone and make you want to do something that isn't going to be beneficial for you.
Chatting, he was like, the stuff you do, you've got to go some dark places. I'm like, yeah, but it's kind of my mental health. Welcome to the Peak Collective podcast with myself, Shane.
Myself, Luca.
Where we chat no BS and just fitness.
He got it. He's
We're
back.
For those that watched the episode Luca did on his own, obviously I was away for my birthday for the weekend, so I didn't join in and film for that, but we're back, we're here, speaking all facts, truth, try to have a bit of fun with it today, a bit of knowledge, and some insider topics, so some stuff that you might not think about at home when you're watching this or listening, and kind of give you an insight to, you know, some benefits to training that you might not see on the gym floor, and to more like lifestyle realism away from the gym as well.
I watched a really good video, I think it was Zach Tallender, I don't know if any of you know him, but where he was saying how the fitness community right now on Instagram, TikTok, whatever else, is so obsessed with aesthetic rather than anything else, right?
Yeah.
Where, you know, realistically, if you're going to get like a following, most of the time it's going to be a person that's ripped, shredded, probably on some substances as well.
Or you need to be like a 5'5" female with a tight pair of leggings.
Yes.
Tends to work as well.
And the issue is, and what we want to try and bring, like you said, is what are the other parts of fitness that isn't just aesthetic?
Yeah.
Because obviously we all like looking good. Like that is always going to be a factor of why
it's a
you
big
train.
part. Like we've said it in a few episodes, actually filming in this gym as well, where you were like, you know, you had a boys' holiday. That's why you started the gym.
Yeah.
And you went out and you went to gym. Mine was the same. I was a bit of a chubby kid, never really cared. Tried to take my rugby seriously. Lost all my weight, and I was like, cool. I like looking good now, and it kind of gets addictive as well. So you don't have to be like, you know, vain with it, but it is in the forefront of most people's mind, I'd say.
It's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's nice to look good, right?
It's right?
But I don't think some things that get highlighted enough are the other positives that kind of come with that.
I don't think people think about it. It just kind of happens and clicks. They're like, oh yeah, I suppose so.
The realistic scenario going into these things is the people that people may idolize that are like the bigger influencers a lot of the time. They probably don't have these benefits.
No, because of other impacts that we can't talk about.
No, just literally taking away just literally staying too lean for too long can, and again, going into the topics we'll talk about in a bit, will actually affect it negatively.
100%, yeah.
Body dysmorphia being a big one. If you're well known for being lean and shredded, then and then you're too scared and you know that your followers won't give you as much of a following if you put on like 3% more body fat, which we don't. What we want to do, and as our whole thing is no BS, just fitness, is talk about the actual facts around training.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you've literally hit the nail on the head there. So we're going to try and get into it. As we do get into it, as always, guys, like, comment, subscribe. This is something we are trying to care about. We're coming up to 1 year. We've had a great year last year. We've got more organisation in. We've got a team behind us a little bit now. More interviews, more topics. So we are trying to really push this for everyone watching. Better talks, better situations, better scenarios for us to work with as well. So this year, going into year 1 to year 2, big transition. So please like, comment, subscribe just before we get into this. Safe. So, topic 1. About how the gym can help you and improve your lifestyle off the gym floor.
Let's go with number 1. Increased libido.
Libido, what a professional way of putting it.
Libido. Sex drive.
Yeah, basically. What gets you in bed with someone at night. Or in the morning, whatever you like.
I think, again, this is where we were talking about the fitness influencers. Again, you can go too far with your overtraining, staying too lean, which will actually decrease your libido.
Yeah.
But a big part of it, obviously if you're in a long-term relationship in particular, you're married, whatever else, is actually having an increased libido.
We've had big talks about this as well.
But, and a huge part of that is training. It's particularly resistance training, particularly. One of the main reasons being, especially if you're male, is increased testosterone.
Yeah.
Which is a huge driver in terms of sex drive.
So a huge part of it, right? Your male hormone is testosterone. That is literally the thing that makes it all happen. That's the magic, baby. And then when you're training, you don't realise it circulates better blood flow, which then obviously goes through across the body and obviously down there. So that's where you start to feel it a little bit better. And I think that's the big thing. People you get more attention, you're obviously starting to look better, blah, but also you feel better in yourself because of that high raised testosterone.
Yeah.
So obviously your performance in and out of the gym is a lot better as well.
And even in females, it's still going to increase the libido.
100%.
You're going to have not as much of a boost of testosterone, obviously, a tiny little one.
It will
but
switch
again,
on for you.
The increased blood flow, the increased oxygen levels, things like that, will again help you in terms of that.
100%.
And again, I don't think it's spoken about hardly at all.
I don't think that's a reason like a lot of people come into the fitness, but they see the benefits of it, or like the resistance training. They see the benefits, like I said. You start to feel good. You add it all together, but people don't put two and two together. No. It kind of just happens. And they don't realise why. And it is the resistance training, increased blood flow, like you said, and then that increase, especially in males, the increase of testosterone. And
I think there's a huge HRT thing right now. I always think of it as like the steroid version of Ozempic, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys in there. Did you see James Smith is now on TRT?
Straight on it.
Where they're a little bit fatigued, they're a little bit they're overtrained, all of a sudden their libido and their testosterone is like under the basic, which I think is between 300 to 1,000.
Yeah.
Anywhere in that you're kind of fine. Below that 300, you're starting to get into low testosterone. But instead of being like, oh maybe I'm overtraining, oh maybe X, Y, Z, they go straight on HRT.
Yeah.
Again, coming to someone that's turning 32 this year, like, I've got no issues.
I can't believe you're turning 32, that just hit me. Wow.
Yeah, but again, like, my energy levels, which we'll talk about in a second, but my mental clarity, libido, everything, I would say is pretty much on par as it was when, if not better than it was when I was like 18, 19,
well,
healthier and fitter.
You got the test done, didn't you? And like you were saying, you're like literally sub-optimal of the testosterone levels.
I'm literally, so 1,000's the highest you can be naturally. I'm like 978.
So literally like coming up 32-year-old male, and you're literally, let's say optimal, you are top range for your testosterone.
Yeah.
And
people on HRT don't even get to that point normally.
There's a lot of things that can negatively impact testosterone, though, like lack of sleep, diet and nutrition, your training intensity, of course. And you can fix them things, but a lot of people do just jump on like the TRT trend, and then that's how you get your natural boost.
And take it from someone that is a dad. So I completely understand lack of sleep is a huge one, but why not do everything else that you can control?
That's how I see it.
Like I can control my workouts, I can control my nutrition,
you're
control
really
my recovery.
Well.
So even though my sleep is awful and has been for the last 2 years now, everything else is optimized for my current lifestyle. Do I train as much as I used to when I was like 25? No. But that's because I know that will really impact me and probably actually decrease my testosterone.
See, I sleep like a baby, I train 6 times a week, I'm alright.
That's it, like again, when I lived with my mum and they had a child, whatever else, I was training 6 days a week, strength training, kickboxing twice a week, everything else, and my testosterone was probably still really high. But that's because I was sleeping like you, 100%. 8 hours probably minimum. And
then it's the rest and recovery, like that's just a natural way to boost your testosterone. You do that with resistance training, you're brand new to it, you're going to be in a sweet spot.
Yeah, and again, like if you're someone that has never lifted, like literally just give it a few months, you'll be surprised. And those of you who do lift, hopefully you're already seeing those benefits.
Yeah, I hope so. But there is a negative side to it.
Yeah.
Like you said, like obviously the people that are enhanced, let's say, and if you are too lean all year round, you see this in male and females. Especially females, like once they're under 20% body fat, blokes when they're under 10% body fat, it can start to switch off.
Yeah.
Because basically, your energy levels are so depleted. That's the point of when you're that lean. Like for example, we've interviewed Muscle Inc, we've had Neil, we've seen them do comps and stuff. When they're that lean, you're not getting a word out of them, let alone their libido drive going higher.
Well, you've only got to look at like caveman era, right?
Yeah.
In the sense of if we were in the wild and you had no energy in you at all, you're super lean, basically you're in starvation mode all the time, the last thing your body's want to do is try and procreate. The last thing it's going to want to do is try and have babies.
100%.
It's going to be out there to find food ASAP.
Yeah.
And that's still in us. If you get too lean or you're too overtrained or you're not eating enough, your body, the last thing it's going to do is increase your libido and testosterone and make you want to do something that isn't going to be beneficial for you.
100%.
It's going to make you want food.
So you're going to starve and be 8% body fat but look good, or be like 15% body fat and still perform in the bedroom?
Honestly, most men, depending on genetics, anywhere between 10 and 20, I always say.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah.
You know, if you're someone that's naturally bigger, with like bigger bones, more muscle mass, some of them like 18% look great.
And look fine. I can sit like 15, 16, I feel alright, but then obviously I've never been tiny myself. Like if I get to 12, I'm like really lean.
And again, for me, like I've got to like 9% once.
Yeah.
And when I look pictures back, like I was so gaunt in the face.
Well, I did that in COVID, and like I look back at the picture now, and I'm like, my cheekbones are like chiseled inside, and it's not even good.
Yeah, like you at the time you think, oh damn, I'm shredded, but realistically, I'd much prefer being like anywhere from like I'd say 12 to 17 for me.
Exactly the same, yeah.
17 being the higher end when I'm like building, 12 to 14,
12 to 14
when I'm like going on holiday or whatever.
Yeah, and my maintenance I sit around 15 just casually, so
and
pretty much
that's where I feel good. Some people naturally can be a little bit leaner. Work with someone called Max, where he retains like 11%.
He stays 11 the entire way through.
Yeah, but it doesn't impact him. That's just how his body is.
That's body type.
And then there's other people that around 20% feel a lot better.
Yeah. And then they build muscle easier, and then that's their way of genetically training. So
yeah, so you know, try and find that as well. And look, get your blood. Now I'm in my 30s. I'm trying to get my blood work done every year, so that I can see where I'm at.
You're talking old, man.
still got a good few years.
I hope so. We've got a lot of this to be doing.
Right, number 2. What are we saying?
Number 2. I can't remember what the topic is.
Oh, you got the phone.
What's the topic?
I think it was more energy level.
More energy levels, it actually is as well. Look at you. Yeah. So obviously, training, boost your energy. Sound, there you go. No, but everyone always gets it, that post-workout high. Unless you do CrossFit, everyone gets it. No, I've said this all the time. It's a thing. We do it here in the gym. People don't do CrossFit because most of the hour you are learning something you are shit at. Yeah. And then you get a tiny bit of a sweat maybe at the end, unless it's like an actual sweat class. Like snatches. Sometimes you have a really good session, the others you're not clicking anything, you walk out the gym and you've barely done a workout. Something like high rocks, like resistance training, like classes, like spin is so popular for this exact reason. You're sweating, you're burning your calories, you're pushing yourself to an edge. There can be vibe, there can be music, or you can listen to your own music when you're resistance training. All your hormones go, whoa, and it makes you feel so good.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's the post runners high. I get a post.
I've never had that. Runners high. I put this in my story before. I've never had it. I fucking hate it.
I do, as long as it's not too long a distance.
200 meters, I'm right.
Again, I think it's the there's the optimal level, right?
Yeah,
like this morning I ran about 4K, which isn't crazy long, but I actually felt good after.
Yeah.
Whereas, especially when I'm joining some of your crazy workouts, sometimes when I have done too much cardio, like I actually reduce my thing. Whereas if you get that right dose, you should actually leave that workout feeling better. A lot of my clients, I'm sure you get the same thing. They come in, they're tired, especially if it's after work. They're knackered, they don't really want to be here. Within the first 2 exercises, they'll be up there, they're talking now, the energy levels are increased.
The end of the session, the end half hour, is so much nicer. Sorry if any of you listen to it. They come in, oh, I've had a rubbish day, I've done this, I'm barely even, I don't feel great today. I'm like, alright, cool, I've got to bring some vibes. They're like, you're always vibing, yeah, because you're not. Like, I'm going to try to pick you up a little bit. And then by the end, they're like chatty, and they're like, oh, I actually feel really good now, I didn't even realise.
Yeah.
And then, your endorphins just spike. And some people get it afterwards as well. They, like, I trained with someone this morning, and he literally went to the bin to throw up. Sorry, buddy, I'm just changing here. He wasn't though, he was fine. Like, in the moment, you feel crap, especially with some of the stuff I can do. You feel awful. I did it the other day, I was like literally down on the floor. So I went, well done, buddy, don't touch me. I don't even want to open my eyes. But half hour later, have a shower, drink, relax. You're like, I'm alright, I've spiked up. Like this morning, did a 6 a.m. class, 7:30, fine, done. Yesterday I didn't, but like 10, 11 o'clock, I was like, I'm tired, I need another coffee. But your endorphins just race up, and your body's like, cool, I'm alert, I'm ready. So your body literally does wake up from the workout.
Yeah, 100%. And it's not, like we were just saying about the libido, it's also just generally, especially if you're doing actually some cardio as well, is increased oxygen, increased blood flow,
your body
which is only going to give you more energy.
Yeah.
Your heart rate will decrease, you're actually going to have a better heart rate, your lung capacity is going to increase, So just day-to-day energy, because you know there's a lot of people out there that literally just lose breath from going up the stairs.
I do.
I
walk up the stairs to the gym and I'm like, I'm knackered.
You know, doing a slight jog to get the train or something like that, where like after just like literally 100 meters, they're like, oh my god, like I'm so out of shape.
Oh, I know it.
Again, you'll get so much more energy, and you don't even have to work out that much.
No.
Just a few times a week. That's it.
Just make you feel so much better.
100%. And going into that, number 3, mental health.
Mental health. That is the clarity side of everything. Do you know how many times people say to me, I feel so much better after? It comes in with like literally that last topic.
Mm-hmm.
It basically goes hand in hand. Like I made a joke. So after the session, I was laying on the floor and someone tried to tap me, and I was like, no. So I walked out the gym and I was like, I feel crap. Like this is horrendous. By the way, I've just been away for my birthday and stuff. So like we were in a lockdown because it was Scotland. The storm happened, so I couldn't train. So I came back the first one. It hit me, and I was like, oh my god, why was that so hard? And then he came outside and we were chatting. And he was like, the stuff you do, you've got to go to some dark places. I'm like, yeah, but it's kind of my mental health way of it. Like we actually had a discussion about it. And I was like, it's not actually a dark place, but like I zone out. I can't think of anything else. And then at the end is my clarity. I'm like, the endorphins hit. I feel alright. I'm good. And then that's kind of my way of just getting out of anything that's maybe stressful, stuff going on like in your personal life, your work life, whatever. That gym time, you don't always see it for me and you because we work there as well. But people come to the gym just to get out their work head, out of their life head. That 1 hour, they see someone they know, or they just channel it in. That gym is their time.
Yeah, 100%. And again, going into that, for me, again, aesthetics is a big one, but for me, the number one has always been the mental health. And that's why I don't just resistance training. That's why I do like kickboxing. That's why I like doing other things. Because each one kind of gives me a different benefit mentally on each thing, right? And they've literally just shown it in studies, like it increases your mental health, like rates of depression, anxiety, whatever else, about 20-30% just by training. Just by training. It's literally showing recently that it also makes you smarter just by training.
I think it's just you're more switched on, like you said, the oxygen level, the blood flow, your brain switched on, your endorphins, your testosterone, all of it comes together, just makes you not a better human being, but makes your internal human being a little bit better. It's a bit more fired up.
Yeah, and again, personally, and we've said this so many times in the podcast, is the amount of discipline, the amount of hard work that goes into training and nutrition and everything else, just is so good for everything else. Because you need to organise your workouts, you need to organise your nutrition, you need to be disciplined to stay on track with all this stuff. So then all of a sudden, okay, so I can be disciplined at one thing, I can be organised for one thing. Again, for mental health wise, it's a really cool reminder to be like, oh, I'm starting a business, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. All of a sudden it's like, I know how to organise. I'm disciplined. Honestly, like, there's something on my Instagram the other day, and I've known it for a while, but less people have 6 packs than are millionaires. You know that, right? And something, I think it was in the next few years, there'll be less people with a 6 pack than Rolex watches.
That's crazy.
Yes, right? So just think about that. So if you've got the discipline to actually get in shape, just think, you're in a higher percentage
of the population of millionaires
than millionaires.
Woohoo! I'm alright.
But this is the thing. So, and again, there are people from just meeting people, personal experience, everything else, but maybe they put too much effort into the gym and they don't do anything else in their life. But if you're someone that, again, is mentally healthy and can really focus on this, just use that aspect for everything else, just be better.
And also, we've said this before in the men's mental health episode previously, that it's a sense of community. Whether it's a community-based gym, something like this, or like a pure gym where we work out, people know people, you get to see the same faces. So many people and clients become friends, you meet random people. Some of my mates I just met from the gym like 10 years ago. And we still talk today. Don't need to be a best friend, but it's just a sense of belonging somewhere, which is really nice.
No, I think for women, of course, but for men in particular, because men are really bad at, focusing on emotions,
talking to people,
keeping friendships, things like that. It's nice to have a hub, be it whatever fitness thing it is, where maybe you don't go out with them after whatever else, but you've got that same people, same faces, you're spotting them, you're helping them train, whatever else, which it just feels like a community.
There we go, that's your top 3 picks of why the gym's good for you outside the gym floor.
Cool. I think we wrapped that one up.
Yeah, I enjoyed being back, apart from a little hiccup at the start, forgetting what we recorded.
I'll keep that in.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Guys, as Shane said, please like, comment, subscribe. We actually got quite a bit of love on the last video and a few videos before that as well. So we are actually picking up some steam, which is good.
Try to. Soon enough, let's get 100 subscribers.
100%.
Just 100. I know that might sound like crazy to those that actually watch us soon, but like 100 will mean quite a lot to us especially, and just get the ball rolling for 2025. Like I said, I think we're like 5 weeks away from our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
So like what a way it will just pick up into the next year.
And hopefully you can tell in the last few videos, like we're trying to make that quality better.
Yeah.
We're investing in more things. We'll get some more studio episodes, way more interviews. Hopefully some workout videos with different people. Maybe some special events. We'll see.
Who knows, there might be some events coming up.
So there's a lot to look forward to. So please like, comment, subscribe.
Peace out, y'all.
Shane.